Hi there. So I'm sure by now everyone's heard that Netanyahu is saying that Israel is at war. Okay, now check out the beginning of the end of days, the dramatic recreation of the book of Revelation by the History Channel that came out all these years ago. Now, what we need to do,
Here it is.
see, they're at
Here
the
is
the Western Wall, the
the
Wailing Wall. That's where they are. Okay, so what we need to do is we really need to pay attention to see what happens from here on out. Because according to this movie, which again is a reenactment of the book of Revelation, is that there's this big attack in Israel, war starts, and then all sorts of other things. Then basically that's what gets the ball rolling. Armageddon, the book of Revelation, begins. So let's see what happens next. Because to say for Netanyahu to come out and say we are at war, that's a pretty big deal. And it does indeed send what I'm just saying what's being reported. What, 100 people killed, 900, I'm not going to do the numerology. I'm not going to get into that. But what I'm trying to get at, and they're saying like motorized paragliding in or something. Like this is a big, big deal, just like in this movie. And here's where let's tie in my slogan for my television show into the EAS test. Because does anyone think this is funny that this is 3 days after, literally, right? 3 days later, you got Netanyahu coming out saying we are at war. Now, cheapafvideos.com, Lockdown Living Room Comedy Show. Now watch how this ties in. What have you done for love today? Because love is the highest frequency in all the universe. So what have you done for love today to bring that vibration into your life? Because the dark, the evil ones, that's why they do those things called sacrifices. Another thing is that is called an offering. You have to give to get. It's just what you have to do. And so watch how this ties in. Just speculation, merely theory. That's all. But a fun possible tie-in. So we have this big EAS test in the United States, and then other places too, even in Russia, I hear. 3 days later, literal war breaks out, which is about as lowest frequency as you can get. So my question is, was the EAS test the frequency that put the United States and Russia into some sort of warlike frequency, so we'll react and get into this, right? Which we all know is part of the prophecy. But I just think that's very interesting that we just got zapped with some kind of frequency, which apparently happens all the time, whatever, because that's what your cell phone does. It's always doing that kind of frequency. That's fine. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, regardless, we just went into an alert. And then at the same time, remember, Russia, this was reported too this week, that Russia was over there doing preparation for nuke attack tests. And Putin came out and said that he successfully tested some nuke weapon, whatever, man. So just something to think about. Were we just put into some low frequency to match this, so now we get ourselves, and everybody's like, yeah, rah, 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 Israel, because we're in a holy war, remember? You got this stuff with Trump next to these pictures of Jesus, dude? Are you cussing kidding me? In court and shit? You're in a holy war, y'all. Sorry to tell you, but you're in a holy war. Oh, and just another couple things I wanted to add, because this movie is great. I've shown it several times over the years, especially whenever the pandemic broke out. Man, like this movie predicted all that, called it all, and this came out in like 2015, something like that. Another thing that happens right when all this stuff starts happening in Israel is that a bunch of children start disappearing. And I don't know if you've been paying attention or seen this story, but in Ohio, all sorts of children are going missing. And it's been really weird, like a lot, like thousands of children have all gone missing within a month over there in Ohio. And that's what happens in this movie too. And another thing, seriously, how many movies and TV shows, how accurate have they been? And I just want to put that out there. So let's see what happens next.